Welcome back everyone. Today we are going to start exercise 2.4 and the main thing in this is factor theorem. See, remainder theorem and factor theorem both are interrelated to each other because in the previous lecture also I discussed with you what is the relation between the factor and the remainder. If the remainder is coming out to be 0, then that number means the divisor is called as the factor of the dividend. Now how do we check this thing in polynomials? Suppose px be any polynomial and we have to divide it by gx. Fine. And let gx is equal to x minus a. Now if I say find out the remainder when px is divided by gx. So firstly what you will do? You will write x minus a equal to 0 and x is equal to a, and you will be putting this value in px. That means you will be finding out pa, right? And if pa is equal to 0, that means if my remainder is equal to 0, that means then you can say that this gx is a factor of px. Fine. Try to understand the concept. Suppose if after putting x is equal to 2, my remainder is 0, then I can say x minus 2 is a factor. Fine. And if after putting x is equal to minus 2, then x plus 2 is my factor. Is it clear? We'll be bringing this side here. X is equal to 2 if we have substituted, so x minus 2 will become the factor. Same way, if x is equal to minus 2 I have substituted, this will come this side, so x plus 2 will be my factor. I hope it's clear. With examples it will be more clear. Fine. Now the question says check whether x plus 2 is a factor of this or not. Now see, this is the divisor. Firstly, I will be putting this x plus 2 equals to 0 and the value of x will be minus 2. We will be putting in this. It will become right, minus 8 plus 12 minus 10 plus 6. Fine. So it will become minus 18 plus 18, that is 0. That means yes, it is a factor because after putting the value of x, this what we have calculated, we have used remainder theorem here. Fine. So after using remainder theorem, because my remainder is coming out to be 0, so this x plus 2 is a factor of this given polynomial. Next example is find the value of k if x minus 1 is a factor. Very important type of example. Generally it is asked in exam. Now I am saying that x minus 1 is a factor. This thing is given in the question. That means whichever remainder we are going to get, that should be equal to 0. Because when one polynomial is a factor of another, on division we always get the remainder as 0. That means I have to apply the remainder theorem here and whatever remainder we'll be getting. Now what is the method of getting remainder? First of all, I'll put x minus 1 equal to 0. X will be equal to 1. This value we have to put in this. Fine. Suppose this was our px. And we have to find p of 1. That means 4 into 1 cube plus 3 into 1 square minus 4 into 1 plus k. 4 plus 3 minus 4 plus k. 4 and 4 get cancelled. 3 plus k. Now by using remainder theorem, this is my what? This is my remainder. Fine. This is my remainder, and according to the given condition, my remainder should be equal to 0. So I'll write as x minus 1 is a factor of px. So 3 plus k should be equal to 0. That means the value of k will be minus 3. This is my answer. Now next question is, we have to factorize the given value by splitting the middle term. This concept you have already studied in class 8th also. Fine. So what is the method of using middle term splitting? First of all, we multiply the coefficient of x square and the constant term, that is 6 into 5 will do 30, and then we have to make the factors of 30, like 1 into 30, 2 into 15, 3 into 10 and 5 into 6, and next will be 6 into 5, so it is same only. And by using those two factors I should get here 17, so I'll be using this. So we'll be doing like x6x square plus 2x plus 15x plus 5. Now from these two I can take 2x common. We'll be left with 3x plus 1. And here I can take 5 common, 3x plus 1. So answer is 3x plus 1 and 2x plus 5. So this is my factorization, because I have converted this given polynomial in the form of product of factors. So this is factorization. Next example says, factorize the given polynomial using factor theorem. Now you can see it is which type of polynomial? Quadratic, because the degree is 2. If the question only is written that factorize, you can use any method, whether middle term splitting, whether factor theorem. But if in the question it is mentioned specially that you have to use factor theorem, so you have to use it. Now listen the steps of using factor theorem. First of all, we see the constant term. Constant term is 6. So we have to write down its few factors, if possible all or few. So the factors of 6 can be 1, 2 and 3. Fine. So what I have to do now, suppose my given polynomial was py. I am taking it as py. So I'll be trying putting the values of these factors in such a way that I should get the answer of this given polynomial as 0. Fine. So roughly I can see, if I put 1 here, it will become 1 square, 1 minus 5 plus 6, 7, 6 plus 1 will be 7 minus 5, 2. So no need to show that method if you can directly calculate in your mind. Let us check for 2. So means I want to find out P of 2. What it will become? 2 square minus 5 into 2 plus 6. That means 4 minus 10 plus 6, which will be equal to 0. Fine. Now I told you in the beginning also, if after putting the value of x or y as 2, I am getting the answer 0, that means x minus 2 or y minus 2 is a factor. Fine. There are two things we have done in the beginning, zeros. If I say, I can say that 2 is a 0 of py. Fine. If I'm talking about factors, I will say y minus 2 is a factor of py. I hope the difference is clear by now. Next is p of 3, let us find. It will be 3 square minus 5 into 3 plus 6. That is 9 minus 15 plus 6. Again we are getting 0. So again y minus 3 is a factor. Fine. So which two factors are there? Y minus 2 and y minus 3. They are the factors of the given polynomial. Fine. Now this is the last example, but very important, mostly asked in the exams, and the question will be written like only factorize. Fine. Now you can see which type of polynomial is this? Cubic. Now for quadratic, I have discussed two methods. One is middle term splitting, and generally we use middle term splitting only if nothing is mentioned. And second is by using factor theorem. But in case of cubic polynomial, it is necessary to use factor theorem. Fine. So first of all, I have written the factors of the constant term. Let us try. Here we have to keep trying these values. Suppose my given polynomial was px. Fine. So let us find out p of 1. I have taken this as px. So p of 1 will be 1 cube minus 23 into 1 square plus 142 into 1 minus 120. So what we are getting, 1 minus 23 plus 142 minus 120, that will be getting 0. You can check after addition. Fine. Now because remainder is 0, so I can say, as I have substituted the value x is equal to 1. So I can say x minus 1 is a factor of px. Fine. This was my first step. Now because it is a cubic equation, we will be finding out three factors. One we have calculated. Let us find out the second and third. Now after finding the first factor, we have to do the long division of the given polynomial by that factor. I have already discussed with you the long division method, so I have solved it. I am not going to explain each and every step. Fine. After solving, we are getting the quotient as this. This is a quadratic polynomial. So my next step is to, this was the second step. Now third step is we have to do the middle term splitting of the quotient. Middle term splitting also I have discussed. So here I have done the middle term splitting. I have got two values, x minus 12 and x minus 10. So my first factor was this. So total three factors are x minus 1, x minus 12 and x minus 10. Fine. This is a very important question, and this all was about exercise 2.4.